Hello and welcome. Right, we are moving over to Series 7 for the Brick Designer Program. Now, we've been doing a deep dive over the last few nights for the 10th Bricklink Designer Program series, but tomorrow is a big day because countdown is now well under 24 hours and we have got the finalists ready to go until you can actually order the different bits and pieces. So not long to go. 20 hours, 11 minutes and 57 seconds from this time. We will go in size order. Once we've taken a look at this, I then want to recap and have a look in detail of all the new additions to the Lego website over literally the last week, because I haven't shared that on the stream. And then tomorrow we'll probably do a or Tuesday, do like a Fantasy 5 for the last Series 10. So good evening to Oddly, good evening Ultra Bricks, how are we all? Now the poll is running in the background. What do you think will sell the most? Unit-wise, that is obviously. So you've got the Walt and the Antique Shop, you've got the Sushi, you've got the Big Boat, and then you've got that. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a tight one because there's lots of different bits and pieces to go through. I just want to make people aware of what it is they're going to be spending their money on tomorrow. If there's anything from Series 10 that you guys and girls would like to take a look at, we can look at that within this live stream as well. And then, of course, we will move over to the Lego website and just see some of the new arrivals that are on there. Now, in case people didn't realize what the Bricklink Designer Program is, and you just literally stumbled across the channel, however, luckily, Series 10 is up and running to show us how it all works. So there's a voting stage, which is what's happening now for Series 10. Then there's a review stage, which goes on for there or thereabouts a month. Then they then announce the 5 design winners. Then there's a big countdown. That big countdown is clearly happening now. They give you the price, they redo all the images and all that kind of thing, and then you're away. That's the shortened version of it, because when you place your order for this, you do not get charged. They will take a prepayment on your card, credit card, whatever it will be, and they'll have it on hold anywhere from like 3 to 5 days. Then, of course, it goes back into your account. You will not get billed until it ships, which is normally 6 months after. So just bear that in mind. If you're thinking of some different bits and pieces now, just make sure you've got the money in 6 months' time. So we are going to start from small to big and then just work our way through some beautiful things. I'm all over the sushi restaurant. I do like this as well. Obviously, from a theme park perspective is what I'm looking at. And it seems to be that there's some of the better photos are actually not on the Bricklink Designer Program website. They seem to be on the designers' pages. So I've managed to see quite a lot extra that you can actually do with the sushi set. So I know I can let you guys and girls know all about that. Good evening to Lego King. Hopefully you are all right. But yeah, at the moment, we're already 6 votes in. Everybody that's liked the video so far, thank you very much indeed. It's 33, 33, 33 for the Chemist, the Sushi, and the Big Boat. So which is going to sell the most units out of all of those? It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. So this one is the smaller one, obviously, and it's a much cheaper price point as well. Does look very, very smart. Of course, it just, if it's something that you would like, you can crack on and do. This Series 7 seems to be a complete mashup of price points and, of course, just completely different styles of sets, because we've gone through all of Series 10 and I was trying to make it out that you've got the different price points as you go through. So some of those much smaller sets have clearly got the opportunity, but you can see you've got all these different bits and pieces in for this bit. Now, all of these will obviously tell a story, and we will quickly go over the description of all of these sets as well. If you are a fan of these, of course, let me know in the comment section, and then we can see exactly what it is all about. But there was 555 for Series 10. This one is 654 pieces, 156 unique parts. Meet Walt, your new desk buddy made of 654 bricks. An expressive little robot is 21.2 centimeters by 8.3 inches tall. It has 17 points of articulation: neck, shoulder, wrist, fingers, hips, ankles can move, which allows it to pose in a lot of different ways. In addition to that, the model comes with 4 customizable face plates, as well as a wide array of tiles of different colors to create your own facial expressions. The possibilities are almost endless. To switch from the faces, press the tile at the back of its head, which will also reveal Walt's electrical brain. And then as we carry on and come down, there's also a small battery compartment in the back with 2 removable batteries and a storage container with the opening door and a lid that can be used to store the extra face parts when not in use. I had a lot of fun designing Walt, and now you can build and customize it too. So there we go. So that is your Walt. If you are a fan of that, massive congratulations to all the designers on this one. These are, like I said, a complete array of different bits and pieces. So there's lots and lots of stuff. I think you'd be surprised actually, because I know nobody's voted for this one yet. It's at that price point that this will be a perfect present for somebody as well, because it's $34.99. So it'll be nice. It'll be a nice, enjoyable build. And you might notice that some of the names that we're looking through on this are Brick Perfection, Liwan, Brick Project, and then we've got the Sharam and Turim, having a fit and sneeze at the same time. Then, so I need to learn how to pronounce names properly. We've seen these names pop up again and again and again. So again, massive congratulations to everybody. We have got the next one. So with regards to the changes on this one, we have got a lot of the Ninjago stuff has been added into this. So with regards to the Ninjago stuff, that was not there in the original submission. So that is the new updated feature on this one. So they've added in all the 15th anniversary bits and pieces before they'd even come out as well. So you can see that this is just for you to basically use stuff for storage, do different bits and pieces in, and obviously just plonk your bits and bobs in. But yeah, the big thing that caught my eye on this one, loads and loads of detailing all the way through. So you've got the chocolate frogs all at the top, you've got the pumpkins coming all the way down to all the accessories, you've got the goats, you've got all the different animals, you've got the micro figures, you've got the mini figures and all that kind of thing. And then obviously you've got all of the crystals and all that kind of stuff that's in there. You've got a little bit of a Jurassic Park teeth, eggs, all the other little bits and bobs that you would want to have in there. But the third level is all Ninjago, which they didn't have that before. So they had all of the original 15th anniversary on there. You've got Ryu in small little dragon form, which is quite expensive by itself. And then you've got all of the golden weapons and all of the little bits and pieces. So it was a very clever concept that they've done for this. And I know it has caught quite a few of you are liking the look of this one. So yeah, I think this one might do. I think this one we might do well. So I think it will be good. But yeah, so I am keeping my eye on the chat. I am going in price order, so they're just going to get more expensive. So we will just be going at this pace for all 5. But yeah, you've got the nice build for all the books and all the little bits and pieces, and we can take a look at the Ninjago set at the end. So once we've gone through all of these, then we can tuck into some of the other little bits and pieces as well. Now I told a lot of people in the live earlier that I was going on at 8 o'clock. So obviously I've gone on 15 minutes earlier. So I've thrown people off a little bit, I think. So you can see that you've got there's the figures. There's all of your golden dragons, Ryu, goat, monkey, dog, golden chicken, and then the little frog, little bird as well. And then you've got the micro ones, and you'll see it's a good size. So if you just wanted to use it for elements, so special elements and all that kind of stuff, or valuable bits and pieces, then yeah, you'd be absolutely laughing and living the dream with that one. So yeah, it does look very, very smart. 17.5 inches wide. We are 12.5 inches tall. Now, obviously, that is with everything out rather than being in front. So if you just had it spaced out, that's how much it would be with regards to the whole thing. But it is over a base plate tall. So it does have, it does pack a punch. Now it's £99. Again, you're limited to 2, so you can only get 2 of them. It's 1,504 pieces. You do get 5 minifigures. It's 313 unique parts. The description of this, the model started out as a set to display minifigures, and my favorite part, it was inspired by the Art Nouveau furniture, which is popular in Europe in the 18th century. The cabinet has a unique feel with beautiful carvings, a dignified, a heavy feel, a top shelf display, and a collection of dolls and animal figurines. These include 5 flat-coloured minifigures, including animals such as monkeys, goats, and unprinted versions. So you have no prints on there at all. The minifigure trophies come in special colours, variations exclusive to this set. The middle shelf has a natural theme and is decorated with fossils, minerals, and the bottom shelf has been updated with the Ninjago Park collection, masks, weapons, dragons, jewels, and displayed like a museum. So I can't remember what was in the bottom of that one originally, but it has had a complete redo on the inside, which is a pretty cool thing. Further down, there are 3 drawers for storage, small items. A antique Victorian chair features elegant curved decorations. The cushion part features are inverted round plate with a button texture. There's also a side table piled with books, giving you a sense of life of an antiques collector. With this set, I recommend you display your favorite minifigures in parts of your cabinet. Keep keep this set for 100 years, and it'll make a true antique. Thank you so much, and happy building. So again, massive congratulations to the designer on this one. So don't forget, the countdown for this one is on for tomorrow, but also countdown is on for 8. So series 8 in a few months' time that you'll be able to pick up some different bits and pieces. Let me just quickly catch up with the chat. Old Bricks, not feeling the antique set, to be honest, which is fair enough. Oddly, I will be taking a look at that for you shortly. For that, we'll do all of this in case people watch it back on the replay, and if they're just interested in this, because that's what's happened with all the other castle bits and pieces. Once we've done all 5 of these sets, we can then just bolt to different bits and pieces. Now, big different prices in this one: $34.99, $179, $249, $319. Now, this one has had a big change with regards to the minifigures. All of the minifigures have been updated from the previous characters. Now, there has been some slight changes on the roof. The plantation at the front, I do believe, now has the new 3-part element for the flower. This is really very, very nice. And I don't know if this was actually just work in a fantasy sort of setting by itself, because obviously it just looks smart. I do like the look of this one. I think it does look very, very nice. But you have got texture all over the place. Now, with the others, it was self-explanatory. You didn't really have to zoom in too much, but you have got all sorts of stuff on here from top to bottom. So with regards to all of the part elements and things like that, the design of this one does look very, very smart. I personally like that bit on the side of the roof. I know some people don't, but it's without it, you wouldn't know what it is. So it would just look like a building with a green roof, and you would just have the little sort of sticker sign on there. So obviously it's where you go in and get all your medieval medicines and all of that kind of thing. This one has a very, very good opportunity to sell very, very quickly. Now, if you start off how Bricklink Design Program used to run, it was limited as a first come, first serve basis for up to 10,000 units. That has changed in the last couple of uploads, and the biggest change was in Series 6. Series 5, I think me and Joe were doing a live stream together, and we expected them to sell out really quickly because we went live as it kicked off, and the bar was moving, and then all of a sudden it stopped. And what they had done is they extended the units, and the bar disappeared about an hour or 2 later. They then came out for Series 6 and said that you haven't got as long to get it. So say, for example, it was a month, and some of them are selling out within the first 12 hours. Some of them sold out in an hour. That's how quick some of these were selling out. And then they changed their sort of business model and basically said, we're going to try and give you a couple of days to be able to get this set, basically. So you got a week to get it. That's what the last one was. It was a week countdown, and all of them were still available within that week. But of course, some of the sets would have sold, say 30, 40,000, whereas some of the others would have only sold 5 or 6. But this way, you now can't see the banner going across the bottom. So whereas before we had a rough understanding of just how popular these different bits and pieces were, not so easy anymore. But no, I do like the look of this one. You've got all the nice detailing within the cart and horse and all that kind of stuff over on this one. So you've got all the different potions and all the different elements and things that are on there. And of course, the little potion symbol matches at the top as well. So yeah, I think this one looks really very nice. I think this one does look really good. So I think it's it's meant to go. So HK's made a very good point. This is it's basically the same height, very close to the same height as the blacksmith, which is also in proportion with the new pub that's also going to be coming out in Series 9 because it's a big medieval pub. So all three of those will there or thereabouts scale quite nicely because, are you ready for it? You spoiled it now, HK. I was going to get there. There it is. That's taller, I do believe. But there you go. So they have shown you what they look like as their own thing. So you've got the Bricklink designer program on the left, and then you've got the Lego ideas there on the right. It's its own scale. That's how it works. It's just its own scale. So you've now got another one coming, look, for the pub much later on. So that's what you've got to be wary of. That's what you've got to think of, that these are bigger than like the Lion Knight's castle and all that kind of stuff with regards to the market and things like that. So yeah, good evening to Reese. How are we, Reese? Okay. Yeah, so I think this will do very, very well. I think a lot of you have got the blacksmith. So yeah, I think it will work really. I think it will really work really nice. Oddly, have you ever got anything from Bricklink Design Program before? Lego King, is this the first time you looking at the Bricklink stuff properly as well? Because I know it's passed a lot of people by. I do believe, yeah, Ultra Brick says, I think I'm in for this one. And I think Reese is also in for this one as well. I still think Mr. J's Toy Collection UK might regret not getting this, but he's convinced he doesn't like it. So there's always the expensive aftermarket, I suppose. I like this one. I think it does work. I think it does work well. It's something that, because the blacksmith, you could backtrack quite simply. Whereas because obviously it's Lego ideas, so you could backtrack the blacksmith if you wanted it to go with it hand in hand for its own sort of scale, which I could see working quite nicely, and then getting the pub later on. But yeah, I'm just going down the middle, then I'll go all the way over to the left-hand side so you can see all the details. I'm just going through slowly. You can see it for yourself what's there. Beautiful bits and pieces. I really like how they got all the building work on the side and they've got all of these bits. I mean, these are like top tier builds. So they are like up there with regards to just how beautiful these do look in person. They are very, very smart. But you can see all of the minifigures now are the new factions. That's the big change for this. You had a couple of elements, and you've got new added additions and a couple of different foliage color changes and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, they might have tweaked some of the parts, but apart from that, it's there or thereabouts exactly the same. The big change in this one and the massive change in the boat was the minifigure lineup. Because this one, they changed pretty much every single character to update them from the Lion Knights and all of that kind of thing. So that was pretty cool to see. And then yeah, they've done the same thing in the boat, and we'll get to that when we get there. But yeah, there's a lot to soak in. There's a lot to see on this. It does look nice. Reese says this will be my first time buying from Bricklink. Well, that's not too bad. This is the last one, by the way. So it's easy enough. I don't know with regards to the stickers. They sometimes might give you a sticker sheet, sometimes not. Sometimes not. So yeah, it's one of those with regards to the little bits and pieces. Yeah, it's because if I move the laptop around, it doesn't like it. So yeah, it's one of those. So I'm close to the router on this one. HK, so it's all right. So I'm literally, the router is just there. So if I got any closer, I'd be sat on it. I can't. I'm trying to think. I think I might add a small sticker sheet in the. I might have had a small. They do some stickers in some of the Bricklink sets. There's a lot of prints, but they do stickers. That's under the unique parts as well. So the reason why they obviously do the stickers and the custom tiles is that if you were to try and part this one out, you can't fully complete it without doing your own custom stickers. But you can see all the detailing that is on that tree, just on that side. I think it'll be a really nice looking build. But yeah, so with how the Bricklink Design Program stuff works, just treat it as a first come, first serve. So basically, just order it as soon as you can when you come in from work, and you'll know then where the bar is. If there's no bar and it says on there, then you can do it the following day. You don't have to worry too much. Going by the last one, it was 7 days. You had 7 days to get it, and it was yours, and that was it. That's the last time they do that run. That's all they do. And again, with regards to the payment, I'm sure it's exactly the same as what it is now. It is a pre-order that they hold the money on your card for 3 to 5 days ish. And then obviously it goes back in your account, and then they will send you an email before they go to take payment in 6 months' time. Because don't forget, this would have been in development months ago. We would have done all the voting phases and all that kind of stuff. Then it's with the actual Lego design team for a few months, where they tart up all the little bits and pieces. They put all the instructions and stuff together to make it usable for people like me that dribble. And then they do the countdown and when it's ready to go. So yeah, there's a lot of work goes into it, but I don't think there's any. The only sticker I can see is just in front of us now. So that to me doesn't look like it will be a print. So you if you have stickers, I don't think it will be too. I don't think it will be too bad. I don't think. I tell you what, there's so much pressure in these cans. Good lord, that was the biggest one yet. But yeah, sorry, I'm having to suck everything off the top of the lid. There we go. So bear in mind, it's a still can, and it always seems to want to explode on me. That is the last one out of that pack. They're probably out of date, to be honest. That's probably what it is. They're probably left over from year before last Christmas. But yeah, loads of stuff going in the drawers. You can see all the little bits and pieces that you're going on. Packed of detail on this one. But it will go. But what you got to think of is that if you like it and you're not sure, if you don't get it, you will regret it when the pub comes out. That's what you got to think of, because you already, luckily, because this is what Ultra Bricks was saying the other day and a couple of other people, sometimes they don't get the sets because they don't know what to do with them when they're standalone. Whereas this one clearly is meant to go with the blacksmith, and they have obviously already pictured it with something that's not coming out for months and months and months. So they've pictured this with a set that I don't what you wouldn't have hands on until 27. This one you'll get this one you will get this year, but this is the only phase, I think, because I don't think there'll be enough time. I don't know, you might get another one. I don't know if you get one just before Christmas. It's what we know. February, so it'll be March, April, May, June, July, August. You might have another bill in October if the next series comes out in 2 months. But the pub, you won't get your hands on till well into 2027, which is, of course, the red one. So it's the Sleepy Dragon Inn. So I'll take a look at the Sleepy Dragon Inn as well this evening, because if you're thinking, oh, I like this one, but I haven't got the blacksmith. But if you really like this one, you think, yes, I want to get this. I know this one is supposed to be taller. But yeah, all three of those obviously go hand in hand. And I think it does look quite nice. So Reese, are you sold? That's the question. Are you sold on this set now? Yeah, it's a beautiful looking thing, Lego King. Gorgeous looking thing. Because in all fairness, the blacksmith, the Lego Ideas blacksmith, is a very, very pretty set as well. Loads of detail on there because, of course, that was the Lego Ideas banner. But I felt quite sorry for the blacksmith because it was out when it first came out. There was nothing for it to go with because it was out, I think, before the Lion Knight's Castle. And then it was kind of in limbo for a little while because people were like, well, what am I supposed to, they wanted other stuff to go with it. And then all of a sudden it didn't scale with the other stuff that was coming out. And then you had the market and it was much taller. And now, after it's been retired for a few years, there it is. That's the stuff that you can put it together with. But that's what it looks like in hand. So that's the base. That's how big it actually is. So you can see there that that's not a rendered image. So you can actually see what that does look like. That's very true, Ultra Bricks. I think the 3-set piece can be populated with the D&D figures. Wonder what they'll look like. That is, honestly, that's a fantastic shout. You could put all 3 of these with the D&D and just pull it away from the medieval stuff. Still have the medieval characters walking around as well, because you can have them in the buildings, can't you? But yeah, if you were to use this as like a D&D, because in the red one, in the Sleepy Dragon Inn, you have got good minifigures in there. I think some of them are a bit more of a fantasy based. So I'll jump in a second. We'll look at the Sleepy Dragon straight away, so it's fresh in your mind, and then we'll look at the last 2. But you can see it's just over a base plate in depth, so you've just got a 0.2 of an inch. It's just a couple of studs on the back, but that is including the foliage. Well, is that including foliage? It didn't normally do it, no. So it's just to the front, to the very, very back end. But the height of this, it is 11.7. So it's taller than a base plate is what this one is. So it's just something to consider with regards to the height of that kind of thing. Now, what I am just doing in the background is looking at, I think it's series 9. Is it series 9? Yes. So series 9 is the image that we're looking, is this image. So this is the finalists. So the crowdfunding for series 9 doesn't go live until the 7th of October. So you're not going to get these until another 6 months after that. But this is the image that they're using to go with it. So this one does look a little bit tall. How tall is this actually? 35.4 centimeters on that one. So you've got 35.4 centimeters on the one, and then on this one, it is 29.6 centimeters. So this one is taller by 5 centimeters. It's obviously angled quite well in the photo in the other one. We have got a golden toilet in the chat. That's it. So I think Jay's one of the only people that doesn't like this. Love the blacksmith, one of my favorite designs, Jay says, but clearly it is meant to go as a 3-way. That is what it's meant to go with. And we've just had a very good shout that it could be for D&D. So it doesn't have to go in the medieval section. You could have all 3 of these as a fantasy type thing. So if you've got the blacksmith and you're not sure on this one, or you haven't got the blacksmith and you're unsure of this one, or you like it, if you like this one, then you might want to get this one. So we'll look at the Sleepy Dragon in just at the same pace as what we've just done, just to help you make your mind up. Because at the moment, this is the minifigures that we're getting. So these aren't the final images. So some of these might be tweaked and changed. They might be updated with a couple of the minifigures. You can see how this one's got the roof that comes off and the bit on the back. It's taller than the others because it's got the mechanisms underneath to run all of the moving bits and pieces. So potentially it might be shrunk ever so slightly when the Lego group, they get their hands on it, and they might scale it down ever so slightly because this is a chunky monkey to get to this bit, because all of these bits and pieces move on the inside of this. But you can see you've got all the different characters up at the top. Again, it would be perfect for like a D&D setup as a game, or you could just have it as a separate area. They are all very, very big. So the blacksmith won't really work next to the Lion Knight's castle and all of those kind of things. They are very, very tall. But you can see that this one has the moving bits. So it's got the twisty log on the outside. You've got so they've got the turkey leg there. You've got that bit that spins round. You've also got that bit that spins round as well. So if you want to get absolutely lashed in a pub, this is your medieval pub. And this was the winner of Series 9, and we're currently voting for Series 10. So it moves quickly. It does move quickly, but you can see you've got all of the different beds, all the different bits and pieces on there. You've got the cat by the fire. That's the selection of characters at the moment. So if you can see, it's different on this one. So it's not just medieval stuff. You've got the innkeepers, but you have got a couple of medieval, a couple of like D&D fantasy, complete mix of characters within this one. And of course, that's the height. So that is what they are showing off to go with this as a 3. So does that make you want, knowing, I suppose this is the easy way of doing it, if you've got the blacksmith, does it make it easier to go, yes, I want to get this if you like the design, unless you like Jay? Or if you haven't got the blacksmith, but you know that the pub is coming, do you think, oh no, I'd like those two as a pair, so I am definitely going to get this? Because if these two weren't pictured, you would kind of struggle to think, well, what actually is it that I'm gonna do? So Jay likes the dragon, loves the blacksmith, not too sure why there is a bottle on the. Do like that they have linked the bottle in on top of the horse and cart as well. So it does match. So it's just their symbol. Look, see, so they have got the bottle on top of that one. So yeah, I personally think it works well. But we've got Sean the turtle. He likes a bit of a turtle, I think. I think does that mean you're a fan of the turtles? You have the brickhead, Sean. Sean's all in on the brickheads, I think. So yeah, I like this. I like the horse and cart. I like all the other little bits and pieces around it. With everything that I'm doing, I don't know if this would make sense to have or not, because I don't think it will. Because if I got this one, I would backtrack the medieval one and I'd get the pub. But I don't think with the lands that I'm creating with from a theme park perspective, it would work. I don't think. And it's a bit much. If I had the blacksmith, I would be all in for this without a shadow of a doubt. But I don't think I need it. So I think it's going to be a pass, I think, because I haven't got a use for it, but I really do like the look of it. I think it's going to be a really nice build. I think it's going to look great on display. But yeah, thinking about what could be done with it, I just don't know. So if anybody can come up with any idea of what can be used, like in my display, if that could be a Pokemon potion place, I could. It's a stretch. I could potentially do something like that, but yeah. So that one, I don't know. Only because, and the other reason why I don't know is that I am getting this one. This is for me. So I am all in on the sushi restaurant. Now the sushi restaurant, have they updated? I don't know if they've updated the photos. They haven't. So the sushi restaurant. Oh, hang on. My apologize. I didn't read the description. We got that carried away with it. This is the only one I didn't read the description of. So let's read this because everything tells a story. So right. So just beyond the outskirts of the royal city lies the chemist shop, or the Almas chemist. All willing to journey here to rewind with a vast selection of potions and brews. The wise chemist conjures up fresh potions in the basement. Charismatic shopkeeper tends to business upstairs, while the plucky herbalist collects trimmings from the garden when paddling weirs from place to place. They travel with a cart and they fold up for portability. So features, you've got the potion laboratory complete with mortar distillery lectern for writing down recipes. You've got the potion shop stocked with all varieties of mythical potions in a measuring scale to ensure you get a fair trade. Garden hosing a very variable amount of plants, fungi, and be careful of the deadly nightshade. So there is obviously something that's a killer drug in the garden. Secret bookshelf compartment containing hidden treasures and the most trusted allies. Cart folds and unfolds with the turn of a crank. Oh, fair enough. So you get all of the different. You can see you get shopkeeper, herbalist, whatever that is. I can't actually pronounce that properly. So we'll just say chemist. 2 horse knights, the Griffin Knight, the Kraken, the Raider, and a ghost. Also includes 3 animals, which is a horse, a pigeon, a snail, and a variety of insects. I think Jay should just get it for the snail alone. Yeah, tons and tons of different bits and pieces on this one. But yeah, very, very, very strong. I think this is going to sell very quickly. Again, I don't think there's a limit. We've now got less than 20 hours until this one goes live. So is it on anybody's shopping list before I move on? Is any of the first 3 that we've had a look at? Is it anybody itchy on that at all? I've been penetrated. Oh, very nice. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So that would work. So that does work with a D&D. So I will just show this off. Small. There it is. Look. So that is the D&D with the blacksmith. So yes, that does look nice. I like that. I do like that. You don't need a bottle. Hang on. I've just plugged my phone in. It's now shouting at me. I don't need a what? Who do you want to fly? What's it? You don't need a bottle, but Ninjago sushi restaurant makes more sense. Exactly. I'm all in on the sushi restaurant. There's no way I'm missing the sushi restaurant. So, right, let me catch back up with everything. So, I've got the blacksmith and we'll get the dragon, but only got 6 tables. So I don't want to go too crazy. There's so many other sets in this theme. Well, there is. Yeah, that's it. And you're going to eat up the space very, very, very quickly now. So, and of course, a lot of these shapes now aren't in a traditional 32 by 32. Just saw a picture of the blacksmith next to the big D&D set. Kind of looks good. I think 3 of them can go well with the big D&D. Yeah, I think it would do as well. I think out of the next 2 Bricklinks and then back for Series 9. So Jay's on a retirement list. However, you are waiting for 2 of your Bricklink sets to turn up, aren't you? So, what else we got? Going for sushi bar. I think right. Go right down my. Oh, you're going for the sushi bar. Oh, limit is 150,000 units between all sets. They just seem to move allocations around. Yeah, that's it. So they chop and change now how it all is. It was first come first serve. It was just 50,000 in total, and then there was 20,000 in total. Now it's 150,000 behind everything. Can't see it hidden behind the chat. Watch that, Sean. Got a turtle. There's a turtle. I can see your turtle. That's what I can see, Sean. Nope. What have I missed? What's going on? Can't see it hidden behind the chat. Who can't see what? I've caught up with everybody, haven't I? Who's behind? Or am I behind? Am I dribbling? I might be dribbling. Probably dribbling. Right, we'll move on. So the sushi. So with regards to the sushi restaurant, the pictures don't do this justice because you can split this up, and picture number 2, you have them side by side as a street, and then you have this bit that's at the back to the side. So where they've got it to the side on this one and they've kept it as an enclosed thing, you can actually pick and choose what configuration you want. So you can have them, you pull the back off and you just have it as a long, length basically. So you go all in length. Full length is what we said yesterday, wasn't it? So you go full length and then you've got the beautiful walkway going all the way down. The other option you've got is you pull them out, you turn them both inside each other, and then you put a road plate down the middle, because that is another thing that they do picture. So there's actually quite a few different ways that you can actually have this done. And I have got something on my phone, and I wonder if I can show off the actual, if I can find it. Because yeah, there's some really very nice, very nice configurations on this sushi bar, and I know we haven't even looked at the detail of it yet. So yeah, so you've got a corner display. I wonder if I can Project Brick Lego Sushi. Let's see if I can find the other pictures, because these pictures aren't good enough for this set. We will go back to it. Well, we're Series 7, aren't we? Have they added in? Yes, they have. Right, they're everywhere else apart from this. These are the older pictures though. So this is how much it's been updated. It's different. This is what I mean. Like, you can have it this way. You can have it facing each other, but they're the much older photos. I've seen them with the newer ones. But look how much it's been updated. So that's what people were voting for. And that, so it's a completely different look on that one. So got them on my phone. So that's the configuration. So you can have it as a very nice long length look, which looks fantastic. Then you've also got that road bit straight down the middle as well, which again I think looks insane. So the fact that you can do all these different combinations with it, and then you got D. So that's what we're looking at now. So there's three other options, because there's the corner unit, and you put the track on the inside. So option A is a corner unit. Option B is what I'm going to do, which is going to have it as a long line, because I think that long line looks very good. C is a book nook, they call it, where you've got the road down the middle, which again looks great. And then D is what we are looking at. So I would go for B, because it would just be perfect with the Ninjago against the back wall. And then if I ever needed to move it, I can then go to option A or D. So yeah, I'm happy with that one. But yeah, there's a lot on this set, and of course, there's tons of detail on this set. So we'll just go very slow all the way down. You can soak it all in. There is also, is it on here? Yes. So it's inspired by, I think it'll be in the description, but it says inspired by Japanese culture. There is 1, 2, 3 different Easter eggs on the inside, which I think I'll spot them as we go. It is based on something on a Japanese street, because it's pictured with that. Also, the details, right, here we go. Let's go through the details first, because that's the picture that they've used. So from a Japanese culture, they have added in the utility pole. They've added in the tram. You've got the vending machine out the front as well, just on there. You've got the signboard up top, and then you've got the lanterns. So that's all the stuff that was sort of surrounding this building. And then on the street detail, which is this picture, you have got the koi on the inside, just there. You've got a koi pond. I didn't even notice there was a pond on the inside where the cat is. So yeah, there's water being fed into that, look. And then you've got the beautiful plantation, which is the specialist Japanese name, Sakura, I think it is. And then Yatai is this thing just here. So yeah, there's so much going on with that. And then there's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 more bits of detail, and another 13 on the others. That's another 26. So yes, that there's loads and loads of detail on this. You're just gonna have to sort of spot it for yourself now as we start to go through. But yeah, this is a gorgeous thing. I'm just gonna leave it on the screen just like that. I'm gonna let one of the cats through the door, and you can see all of that. So yeah, there's the koi just on the inside. You've got the double cats at the front as well. Got 4 cats. You can't go wrong with that. And then yeah, you've got all of the other little bits and pieces that are going on. So yeah, I think it's a very, very pretty thing. Hearing things. There's nobody there. But yeah, you got all the really nice minifigures underneath. So who thinks they're going to be getting this one? Who are we looking at the moment? So Reese says there's been a lot of length today. Absolutely all in for the sushi. All the photos you showed off of D&D. Never mind, carry on. Oh, there we go. That's yes. I showed them off before I read the chat. Have it. That's it. So Reese looks like he's all in for the length. Lego King wants the D as well. Because it'll go well next to my Chinese garden. Wonder what the signage says. Well, it's Japanese. So if you want to translate what the signage says, then obviously you are more than welcome to try and figure that out for yourself. But it doesn't actually say what it is. It will more than likely in the description. But yeah, you can see all of the detailing that's going across the bottom on this one. I would like to continue the tram track around the front of my Ninjago as well, is what I'd like to do. So yeah, I think this one is really very, very nice. This one works well for me. And again, 6 months down the line. So you gotta pre-order it 6 months down the line. Tons and tons of detailing on the back. You've got the little rats up at the top. You've got the big air conditioning unit. You can see you've got the rope being used for that. Diseases. And then we've got oh, hello. We've got all of these bits and pieces going down as well. So you've got the no minifigure sign walking all the way through. Yeah, you've got all the boards. You've got the door that comes in on the inside of that, and then you've got the nice looking vending machine as well. So yeah, tons of detail on this one. Tons and tons and tons of detail. Massive congratulations to the designer on this. This is a beautiful looking thing. But this is how it looks with its split look. So this is where now you can literally pull it around. So it's clever how it shuts, because obviously you can't tell that it's meant to open, but it's just a completely separate building. So you've got all the different pins that you can pull out, put onto the other side. You can customize it basically however it is that you want to customize it. Because you've got so much detail on all 4 edges that you can just keep moving around and just basically doing what it is that you want to do. Don't forget, with the instructions, you download them from the Bricklink Designer program itself. But yeah, we said this is this is a better image. So you've got I like the little blue gloves that they're wearing. They stop the tram because there's a little thing on the front. Have you noticed that this is the first set, because it's Japanese, that is actually stopping and caring? Whereas all the other sets that we were looking at in Series 10, those minifigures just running out in front of buses. There was that one that was getting laughed at by a brother because she was doing the vlogging, which was about to get crushed by another tram. So at least this one, very considerate and caring Japanese, so it shows on this. So yeah, you've got loads of different detailing going on this side. So you've got all the different rooms that you're going on. Again, there's the fish just going on that bit just in here. And then you've got the nice little staircase coming up in the middle, wrapping it around, coming up to the top. And you've got the lights and all the other little bits and bobs. And you've got the crabs and all that kind of thing. I think this would be, looking at the detail in this, and if you've already done a Bricklink set before, this this kind of screams that would be a really good build. I think it would be a detailed, be be a detailed build, I think. Yeah, the tram is a really nice touch because I would like to do extension for the tram, and it's just going to carry on with the Ninjago. The other thing that I think that this would work well with is the Chinese New Year family restaurant, which is the one that I actually thought was going to be out longer than what it was and never ended up getting because I was ill. And I sort of, by the time I kind of realized where I was like, oh yeah, retired like 3 months ago. So this would also go well with that one. That's the one that's got the amazing gold elements all around the outside and the green roof and all that kind of thing. So yeah, I would have liked to have put that, with the spring lantern, because I've got the spring lantern and this one. So yeah, that'd have been it'd been a nice thing. So I do, Reese. I am all in for Ninjago. So I've got the big Ninjago City, the big Ninjago Docks. I've got the markets. I've got the workshop and t'other one. So gardens. Yeah. So I've got all 5 of the big sets. So yeah, they're all across the back wall on the other side. So where I've got the Death Star behind me on the one side, the other side where I've got the loft hatch, they're all across there. We've got the Batman artwork on the wall, and then I've got all of that. I've left space for this to go up in the corner. I've already made space for it. So I am prepared for this. I've made space for this already. And yeah, this one I'm just looking forward to the build, to be honest. I think the build would be a really very, very nice thing. If you wanted just a downtown area in your city, it's one of those that you can basically plonk wherever it is that you wanted to go. It'll work well with Marvel bits and pieces. It will work well with just your modulars. It's just a good looking thing. And obviously I like all these sort of Japanese Asia type architecture stuff. So yeah, all in on this one. So yeah, it's a nice looking thing. And again, you get good selection of characters with it. So you've got 2, 4, loads. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14. How many rows you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 14 of them. Good grief, that's easier way to count. So yeah, 14 figures it comes with. And then you can see what it looks like in hand. There's going to be a few stickers potentially on here because you can see that there's stickers going across the top. It's absolutely fine. It is what it is. But the detailing and all the other little bits and pieces of that looks outrageous, really. So, yeah, massive congratulations to the designer on this one. It's a great looking thing, very photogenic. The size of it is, with the tram, it's just over a base plate and a half. So if you were to take that off, it would be quite long. So, but then if you put the tram in front of it, it would break that configuration up. So I think you're looking at a base plate and a half either way. Because if you took the tram away and got the other bit, it would be a base plate and a half. Because it looks like, well, yeah, I guess this is just longer than a standard base plate, because there's no way that's going to be 7 inches. So who knows? We all know what 7 inches looks like, I guess. It's about that big, isn't it? 7. So that's how we measure. That's how we measure it. So I know that's what a normal human being measures it in. I don't know about you, but that's what I say anyway. They're amazing looking sets. The older ones are a lot of money. Yeah, so they because they're a limited run. You've got to get them now. So that's why it's really good that we're now on top of all the Bricklink stuff. You've got 19 hours until it goes live. Remember, it's worldwide kickoff as well. So Jay's already said that there'll be 150,000 units across all 5. And then when they hit their quota of 150,000, then that will be it. So by the sounds of it, when it hits 150,000, that's it. You can't get any of them. So that's, again, something to think of. I'm sure there's a cat knocking on this door. What are you doing? Come on. That's Smudge. He headbutts the door. He doesn't even just wait. He just crack. Come on then, you. Right, so we're on to the big one next. Oh no, we're not. So it's 249.99. it's all sets that receive. So you have to. Well, I think that's always been the same. All sets that receive over 3,000 will be put into production. So that's always been the same. So that's why there was a minimum, then I was surprised there was ever a maximum, and then obviously there's a reason why there's a maximum for a time frame. 3,000 is 14 minifigures, and there we go, 20 stickers. So it does actually say in the part information, so it's 20 stickers on that one. So I missed that on the others. So yeah, this one comes with 20. So that answers that question, doesn't it? So in the heart of the Lego City lies the perfect place for sushi lovers. Here's the chefs crafts Japanese dishes, an authentic setting. Welcome to Sushi Restaurant. This set features several details inspired by the historic streets of Krototo. I can't pronounce the Japanese words properly. Restaurant. Ground floor sushi restaurant with the entry area, main kitchen, preparation room, chef's counter, storage room, scroll, and I can't. I struggle to speak English, let alone Japanese. The tea room with tea ceremony, utensils, zaptun, 2 balconies, flower arrangements. Oh, God, I'm going to have to skip like every 6 words. This is where I will just start to dribble. The second floor living space with a bonsai futon. Yeah, read all of those for yourself. Vintage Japanese tram with 2 railroad modules. So you can add more of those modules in, hopefully. So that would be pretty cool to just sort of make the track longer if you wanted to. Then you've got the bamboo koi pond, red clown crane. You've got for the fire pit, vending machine, 14 figures. They're all named as well, look, see? I love that. They've named every single one of the actual minifigures. Ah, that's amazing. Okay, so you're gonna have to keep the names now. So those minifigures have been named. That's a really nice touch. The set can be divided into 4 parts, allowing multiple layouts and configurations. You've got the combat building, corner diorama, skyline shelf, shelf-friendly display, the immerse street at book nook display. So it's all 4 that I've shown you. Why those pictures aren't on here, I'm not too sure. Extra features, opal entrance for wall are easy accessible. Sliding doors, removable, and tram roof. Tram features possible to motorize. Possibility to motorize a tram. Need extra pieces not included in the set. So I'm assuming the video, there you go, the video will have the other little bits and pieces on. And that is one of them. So that it just looks great. It is a very, very good looking, very, very good looking set. Yeah, very nice, very nice. So you've got 19 hours and 20 minutes till kickoff. Anybody in for anything else? Because now we're going for the boat. So with regards to the poll so far, we are 15 votes in. Nothing for Walt and the Antique at the moment. We've got 33% for the chemist, 44% for the sushi, and 20% for the big boat. Konnichiwa. I can say that. There we go. I can say that. There's certain things I can say in Japanese, but I can't read it off the page. It's like, oh, idiot. So I love Japanese culture as well. I need to learn a different language, but I've got to learn to spell in English first. Right. So big difference with this is all of this for a start. A whole army of minifigures in this. This thing is a monster. So this is the biggest boat, I think. It is 31.2 inches long. So it is 3 base plates in length, which I am pretty sure it is at least half a base plate, if not a full base plate longer than the Barracuda Bay. It's not just much longer, it is also much taller as well. So, yeah. I'm not crazy about the sushi, but the restaurant's calling my name. Matt pronounced Japanese better than English. Well, there we go. Konnichiwa. There we go. See, I can do it. So we've got the eyeball, we've got the Minister Girth, and then we've got Konnichiwa. So there we go. I can pronounce certain things, but when it comes to Lord of the Rings, not a chance. You're not getting the correct terminology for me for that. Right. So with this thing, well, it's one of those if you want something that this detailed, this is your opportunity to get it. You've got the brick built sails. I have seen this with printable sails, so you have got the opportunity to have the sails going all the way down to the bottom as well. There is a lot of detail going on as it goes down, but you've got all of the rigging and all of the other little bits and pieces within this ship. You've got all the little cheeky monkeys and everything that are dotted around, but it's just an army of people. I really do like the color of this one as well. I think this is a really very pretty looking thing. But yeah, I mean, you're going to need this. You're going to need the space. Obviously, for a start, you're going to need the space for it. But the back end of this thing is absolutely stunning. Now, if you're paying attention, you will notice that you've got a banner up at the top in blue, you've got a banner at the top in red, and then you've got another banner as a minifigure. So you can actually pick and choose. I quite like that. I think I'd have that with the minifigure thing up on top if I had. And then the back, you've got the name of the boat across the bottom on this one. You don't, or you do. So you've got a different name on that one, different name on that one, and that's it. So that's the two. There's two names. So it's two names, three flags. So you can pick and choose basically what it is you want to call yourself, and you've got all this beautiful detail on the back. You've got all the cannons and all the other little bits and pieces. So yeah, it's got really very, very nice looking, very, very nice looking stuff on this one. So yeah, you can't go wrong. If you want probably one of the nicest looking boats they've done in a very, 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 very long time, it will be this thing, won't it? This thing is absolutely stunning. And I think on display it will be amazing. But yeah, I don't know. For me, for me, there's nothing I can do with it. It's not really a theme park. It's not really a theme park entry. So even if I'd even struggle to try and use it as some sort of fascia or a prop or something like that. I don't think I could use it because obviously my whole display, as you know, is turning into a massive theme park with individual lands and all of that kind of stuff and the big areas and that kind of thing. But there is a huge amount going on with this. And it's just massive. So yeah, if you're into your boats, this is definitely the one that is for, definitely the one that's in for you. So yeah, Reese, I suppose Reese, for you got to think of like Reese was umming and ahhing about 3 sets. So it's either you go for one big set like this, or you get the 2 smaller sets. So yeah, this is the only thing it reminded me of. It is the Enterprise ship for the holodeck. That's what it is. That's it. That's exactly what the ship is. You'd have to get custom minifigures for that to work, and you'd also need to. But the problem is though, it's just how big it is. Because if I had the Enterprise flying over the top of it or beside it, that's a full table. But I do like the look of it. I do like the inside of it. I do like all the little bits and pieces. You've got the violin, you've got all the other bits and bobs. You've got the goat. And yeah, you've got all the cannons and all those little bits and bobs. So yeah, I think it's a very nice looking thing. I think it's a very nice looking thing. So yeah, it's just yeah, that's it. So it made your mind up. Yeah, that's it. It's always good to sort of make sure it's in your head the night before, and you don't do any impulse purchases or buying. The last Bricklink designer program I actually bought from was Series 3, I think, which was the Art of Chocolate. So I haven't had anything for a long time. And I think there's some of the best builds. But of course, look what it's pictured with. It's pictured with the set that didn't arrive because I messed it up, and the set that is supposed to be coming at a later date, because that is in the next series. That is Series 8, I do believe, Coconut Cave. And then you've got the Dustmark Keep as well. Yeah, Reese is all in for the shipping container, though. Yeah, I can see a lot of people going for that. I can see a lot of people going for that shipping container. I think Jay's going to come round. Currently Jay's making a massive harbour. He's not told anybody, but he's been putting all these blue extra base plates down and saying he's going to add some more boats. So yeah, he'll be all in for a shipping container with all the Lego pieces, because you need a shipping container to get to the dock. Then the lorry for the Lego set will be there. You can unload the shipping container, put it in the back of the big Lego City Juggernaut, and woof, off you go to the Lego City shop. Because of course, the Bricklink Designer program, before we hit Series 1, they did do a Lego modular store. So if you wanted to add in a full-size Lego building, you could do. But yeah, they've been clever with what you could get, but that is nearly £1,000 worth in just that one photo, including this boat, that on the one side, that on the other. Yeah, it's about £1,000. So it's nice. It is nice. It's a nice looking thing. Some of these photos have changed. I don't think I've ever seen that photo before. So they have updated some of them, and that one I don't think we've seen before either. So these are slightly updated photos. But yeah, that's your opportunity. Are you going for a big boat? Oh, there we go. Where's your golden toilet paper? I put the golden toilet paper in for you guys to use, and Jay has forgotten to wipe. That is outrageous, Jay. How can you not wipe with the golden toilet paper? Let me catch up with anything. The Star Trek boat, says Jay. I've decided to pass on this one. Great looking ship, though, says Reese. Plus, Don myself, got to get the shipping container soon. The only issue, hang on, where is it? The only issue with, where are we? The only issue with this set is that I don't think it scales well with anything. Well, I'm not, that's the thing. I don't know how big this thing is actually meant to be in the real world, because some of these things are humongous. But it is a lot bigger than the Barracuda Bay, but you have got a lot more minifigures with it. So I don't know if it is the right scale, but it's so big. I think the buildings are too small, maybe. So I think as a boat it work, but it'd have to be out in the ocean, wouldn't it? Because I don't think it is in scale of it pulled up in the previous set that is what was it? The Transylvania one. It was in with the Transylvania one, so you guys and girls got it shipped a few months ago. If that was parked outside of that one, would it work? What would this one look like by the Black Pearl? So there we go, Reese. There you go. Reese is wiped for you. Look, the biotoxic. Yeah, that's it. I nearly changed that, which was a brown one, which said brown rain on. No, it's it. So I think this is it's a very, very pretty looking thing, but yeah, you wouldn't be able to park it outside of this one, but this is beautiful. But from the distance, you can see what they've tried to do. It's obviously coming into port and everything else like that. It's one of those that I think this will be the only chance you have to get a ship like this, of this style at this magnitude, because they've done the Titanic. Don't get us wrong, because that's 5 base plates long. Don't forget. So if you've got the Titanic, massive display pieces, then it will go perfectly with those. But I don't know if it's meant to go with the actual current docks and things. So that's the only thing. So, but like I said, it reminds me and it reminds Jay of the Star Trek stuff. So yeah, I do like the look of that. So I think that does look really good. So if you're watching this on the replay, that is the end of Series 7. We've covered all of those little bits and pieces. Where are we at, though? This stunning, it's a swift and graceful 18th century warships, expeditions of the high seas, adventures, a stunning 4,000 piece model, perhaps closest Lego creations that ever come to historically accurate sailing freight from the final years of the golden age of piracy. Whether proudly displayed as a centerpiece of your collection, integrated as part of a pirate diorama, or non-stop motion fiction film, yeah, breathtaking from every single angle, you will closely find the most unique building techniques and extraordinary level of detail refinement. So basic rule of thumb, 20 minifigures, captain, cook, 6 sailors they're joined by a goat, a cat, 2 chickens, and a monkey. You've got you've got the red coats, blue coats, or go rogue with a pirate flag. So I've designed a printable sails, A4 or US letter. When printed on heavy natural paper or single double-sided, they rival the appearance of real fabric sails. Assembly requires only scissors and a standard hole punch. No additional Lego elements are required. Now, I have seen those on the boat. It does make a big difference as well. So you got the main features. You got the run-out cannons, open the gun port, side cannons, and realistic naval battles. You've got all of the other bits and details and the detailing that are on there. It is very, 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 very pretty. But dimensions: 32 inches in length, 11 inches wide, 24 inches high. So it's 2.5 base plates in height. So yeah, it will be an outstanding display piece, I think. If I could make that work, I think I would try, just because I don't think many people would actually try and make it in a display. But I think a lot of people that have got big C displays could have it sort of floating around away from the building. So yeah, I think that does look very good. But what I was going to say, if you are watching this on the replay, because you've only got 19 hours from obviously me saying that now, we are going to move on to Series 8 quickly, just so you know what is coming on Series 8. And then we'll have a very quick look, just for 10, 15 minutes or so, at the uploads on the Lego website. We'll just scoop back through some of those, and then we'll start to wrap things up. So, Series 8. So we've got the Dustmark Keep in Series 8. We've got the Coconut Cape for the Pirates. We've got the Railroad Locomotive. The University, which that's 4 base plates big. And then you've got the hot air balloon as well. So these are not the final images of all of these yet. But this doesn't go live until the 1st of June for the crowdfunding. So it's June, July, August. So December. So it could be a Christmas build. So it's a shame that there's no winter stuff in there, which is a bit of a shame of that. But yeah. So out of seeing all of those 5, what do you think, now you've seen all 5, what do you think is going to sell the most sets? That's the question. Yeah. So for the next series, so Series 8, there's some big sets. I think this might be the only opportunity if you wanted a museum, a university museum. I don't think they're going to do a school. So this might be the only opportunity you've got on a double base plate to get this. And you can see you've got all of the different interior on the inside. So I don't know if they ever will do a modular like that, but yeah, you've got really nice interiors on there. You've got all the different classrooms, you've got all the different bits and pieces. It brings back no memories for me because I never went to sixth form or university, as you can tell, because I'm sat on a carpet. So yeah, we don't know what this. We go by basic rule of thumb. If you go by, like, again, just use it as a guide. This is 3,995 pieces. So this will be there or thereabouts the same price as the boat. So they've got different sizes. So obviously different sizes relating to different price points. The hot air balloon, for example, that's going to be your entry level price for this, which is only got 876 pieces. So that'll be cheaper. And you can see you've got the big cloud, the big buildable cloud. So again, just be interesting to see what they do with the final design. So I'm assuming the University of Science is going to be the most expensive, which I don't know. Oh, I take that back. This is exactly 4,000. So we've got 2 huge sets in there then. I thought this and the Coconut Cape were slightly lower down. Oh, it's just a bugger. So the Coconut Cape is all right. That's 2,400. So that's going to be at a slightly cheaper price point. But Series 8, they put 2 big ones in. So you're going to have the hot air balloon at the lower price. The Rail Brick Road will then be the next one up. The Coconut Cape will be the next one up. And the Dustmark Keep and the Science of University will there or thereabouts be exactly the same price. So they're both going to be pricey. So yeah, that could be painful for people that want in more than what. So just have to wait and see what happens. So yeah, the university piece count on that one, just double check that. The university brick count is just a shade under 4,000. So it's 3995. So there's 5 pieces difference between the two ones. So but yeah, you go look. So the shipping date for these are November. So you'd have them for a Christmas build. Series 9 is a double for Jay. You're not interested in this one, Jay? No, you wouldn't have this just as it closed, because I don't think you're ever going to be able to get a university. I don't think. I don't know. So Jay's in a double for Series 9. Where's it all gone? Current series. Double for Jay on Series 9. So what is Jay going to be going for? I'm assuming it's the top left and top right, Jay. Oh, Lego King is on bag number 10 of the Shire, is what he's on. So Wild West Blacksmith is what Jay's in for. And of course, if one comes in, if the winner is the railroad train station for Series 11. Jay's in for Series 11 because it's the exact same designer and it's there or thereabouts the exact same size as well. And the Sleepy Dragon, which you've already looked at, I'm getting that Fisherman's Village. Absolutely. That is theme park written all over that. That takes you straight to Jaws at Universal Studios. Thank you very much indeed. What a gorgeous, gorgeous set that is. But then the pumpkin patch looks quite smart as well, as does the wood brick depot. So let's have a quick look through of those. So we have got all of these different bits and pieces on here. Loads of gorgeousness on the Western sets. The blacksmith looks really nice. I think it looks really good. Beautiful sort of little chimney at the back. You've got all the different detailing on the side. It does look really smart. Does look very, very smart. Anybody that's got any of the Western stuff, you know what you're getting. You just know it's going to be fantastic value with regards to the designs and everything like that, because all the others look incredible. So yeah, they all look incredible. So Reese says them top 3 in Series 9, they all look great. They do. Well, this is mine. I'm taking ownership of this one. I've committed to it. I said that out of all of Series 9, because what I did for Series 10, I did for Series 9, but just didn't do it live because I wasn't doing lives then. And I said out of all of them, I would like this one to make it. And what comes out the bag at set 5? Boff. I was like, yes. So yeah, this is ideal because this is going to go with the Harbour Master office that they did from years gone by. This will go with the old fishing store. It goes with the Jaws boat. If you've got any form of water area, this is exactly what you want to have, because it's got all the bits where you park the boats up beside it. So it just makes perfect sense. So again, from a theme park perspective, it's ideal because you've got all the gifts and all that kind of thing. But I would just use it as a fascia. I'd just use it as a fascia to the Jaws ride, because there is a bit in the Jaws ride where you go, you're driving along and the boat comes up beside you. It's on the Universal Studios backlot tour, and they have like all of these are the backdrop to it. They just got loads of buildings like this at the back, and I'm like, oh, it just reminds me of that. So yes, indeed. I think Jay needs to do a triple. I'm not going to lie. I know what he's in for the double. I think he needs that. I need that. We all need this in your life. This is, if you have any form of water, this is the one that you want to get, because it's just perfect. And you've got the little lighthouse as well. That's why I didn't worry about getting the lighthouse, because it's perfect with the Jaws around it. Absolutely spot on. Jaws. Hang on. Where are we for that? Images is what I'm after. I don't want a video to be played. Where is it? So there we go. Look at this. It's just outrageous. Right. So this image of the Universal Studio backlot, where you've got the bit that you walk out, you've got all of these small buildings going all the way across the back. And obviously you can see all of this is all that same sort of architecture. There's your little harbour bit where the boat comes in, the Jaws comes shooting out so it's obviously a ride. I've been on it. And then that is the actual shark itself. So it looks very, very clever. And you've got all the fire. If you get close enough, it's very, very hot. But look at the surrounds all around the outside. And I'm thinking from the ride and also the film, because the Jaws film itself is also absolutely perfect. So yeah, can't go wrong with that. That's why I was all over this. Have I been penetrated? Jay saying he's penetrated me. Jay he's always done an email. Good Lord, we are getting technical. So Jay is showing off his landscape, Jay, yeah? Jay's going to be showing off his filth. Let's have a look-see. Let me just make sure that his details are covered. Yes and yes. Very, very sexy. So this is Jay's collection. So he has been doing this. When I was doing the live stream earlier on, Jay was tucking into this yesterday and last night. So this is Jay's collection. So I've always said, feel free to send emails over and I can show it off on the live stream. We did this for Shibo before. Yeah, this looks fantastic. So this is Jay. This is a collection. Jay, out of this collection, I think built the Avengers Tower, and he can take credit for absolutely everything else. I think is that fair to say, Jay? So it's like a joint effort with that. But I love the roads going all the way around. Look, little cat. Notice them all the time. Look, you've got a little cat. One of the most beautiful modulars that they've done, I do believe. I think that is absolutely stunning on there. And then you've got all the diorama bits and pieces going up on the X-Men. And then you've got, it's like a triple stagger. So you go up, and then you've got the Lego City set in the middle. And then you've got the big length of the Avengers Tower. And then, of course, you can see the road wraps around. And it continues onto this side where you then got the Krusty Burgers being placed in. You can see all the empty base places just there for spacing. And you've got all the different road plates. You've got bank robbery going on at Gringotts. And you've got a getaway train. Depending on how it is Jay's going to do it, he's either going to have a getaway train and they've robbed the flipping express and it's buggering off. And everybody else is panicking at the train station because you can see you've got all the CMF minifigures that are dotted down there. You've got the little alien, you've got the cool little CMF in the train, you've got Hagrid and all the other characters going on in there. But you have got Batman in the shadows. So that there is one in there lurking in the shadows. I can't remember what Sean said last night, but I said I need to put a Batman mask across the top. Yeah, this looks nice, Jay. Have you got any other photos? Because you've got more length in this, and obviously send them. But Jay's in a complete redo. So what you can't tell that Jay's got 3 tables on top of each other. Then this bit here is the shelf, and then on the other side, there's also 3 tables on top of each other. So it's a big thing, and it's not just individual tables either. I think they're double tables. So you've got 2, 4. You've got 2, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. You've got is it 12 tables you've got that we're looking at? So that's the top of 2. It's top of 4 of them, isn't it? I think that's how you got it. Yeah, you're not 1 deep. You're double deep on your table. So yeah, you've got 6 tables per those photos. So yeah, very, very, very nice looking. That very, very nice looking. So get away with the gold toilet, says Lego King. And well, hello there to Mark. Hopefully you are okay. But yeah, loads and loads of detailing on the back of this. So this is what I mean, how this is literally perfect for the film of Jaws, perfect for the ride of Jaws. And of course, if you just have any form of boat and a city, you have to own this. And you can configure it however you want to configure it. Because you can have it as a long length. You can configure it as a bend if you want to. So you can pull the pins out and move it about. So you can have it as an L shape. You can do whatever you want with it. So yeah, all in. As you can tell, I'm rather erect about this one. But this is another big one. It's 3,995 pieces. 5 stickers for this one. So this is going to be the highest price point entry for this one. We'll have another quick recap of the Sleepy Dragon because this is what Jay's all in for those top 3. I think Jay's in for 3 deep. Completely different price points for all 3 of these, but as you can see, you've got all of the nice bits and pieces. Mark's finished the Lego sets already. Well done, Mark. Good going. They're nice sets, those Lego City sets. So yeah, the taxi and the little sort of racer, they do look very, very nice. But these look very smart as well. So I guess if you like this and you haven't, like I said before, and you haven't got the blacksmith, you want this, you're gonna have to make your decision quickly about the almost chemist. So the potions and the drugs is what you're gonna have to be making your mind up. Then an entry level, you got the pumpkin patch from Series 9, which is this one. So again, this looks nice. This could be a very nice, interesting design because that's why I think we've also got potential for a snowy version at this size as well from Series 10 because there's a lot of different sets and a lot of different displays coming out. So of course with Series 9 they're not available for a long time, so you can't even order these until the end of this year. So you're not going to get them until this time, probably later than this time next year. So yeah, you're still 12 months away until you can have this in hand minimum. So yeah, I know people are liking these, but yeah, you can't order these until October. So November, December, January, February, March, April. So you're away. You're away, yeah. Yeah. October, November, December, January, February, March, yeah, April. So it'll be middle of April of 2027. So we're well over a year away on that. And again, if you want some of these, I think these will look really nice as well. So you've got all of the track on the cross. This was a really very, very pretty build as well. That's why I was quite surprised that we haven't had an airport in Series 10. Because if you go back all the seasons that they've done so far in the different series, almost every other series includes a beautiful something for a train. Different train stations, ports, depots. Potentially on Series 10, we've seen some amazing switch track sets. Nothing for an airport, just loads and loads of planes. But there it is. We have got the golden chain on an exotic toilet flush. So that is the other thing. Toilets are absolutely everywhere on all of these Bricklink sets, as is all of the other sets at the moment. They do look very, 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 very good. So I'm just closing down some tabs in the background to make sure that I don't actually shut the wrong tabs down. But yeah, so there's your golden toilet. So, and then that's your length. So it's 2 base plates, 2.5 base plates on that. So yeah, I think they do look very, very smart indeed. So yeah, that is all of the Bricklink news that is going to be coming. Oh, again, it's coming tomorrow for Series 7. It kicks off tomorrow. Has anybody yet made it? Has anybody got it set in stone that what are you going to order in 18 hours and 51 minutes? Have you made your final decision? So, Mark, these are Bricklink Designer Program sets. So these are the 5 that go live tomorrow. Jay wants to know how tall the Eiffel Tower is. Well, I wonder why. Oh, look what tower. The Eiffel Tower height is 58 inches. It is 58 inches in length. So, with all the talks, the Colosseum going back into my display, it kind of thought, do I try and do something like this? But I don't know if this shafty bit is separate or not. I don't know if you can split it off, because if you can, it might be all right. Might be all right. But it takes up 4 base plates. The base is 4 base plates, isn't it? It's 2 by 2. It's 2 by 2. And I have got it's 2 by 2 base plate. Oh, I don't know. I was primed. Look at that. I was primed, ready to go. The tab was already open from before. I just hadn't closed it down. The sushi restaurant is 100% for Reese and 98.9% for the chemist. Ooh, Ultra Bricks is all in 100% for the chemist. Jay, you not even got the tip in for the chemist. You're not even nothing at all. You just completely going through. So this is twice the height of the Disney castle. So Lego King is all in for the sushi. So when it all kicks off, the countdown's on, all in for the sushi. Draws in 2 weeks during the restaurant is a giveaway. So fair enough. So Jay is going all in for the Jaws in a fortnight. So I'm assuming, is that the 27th then? Is that Pokemon Day? 26th into the 27th? Is that what it's going to be? But yeah, I'm thinking, do I do something stupid and add this into the actual display? I think it would be the most painful build in the world, but at the same time, I think it would look very eye-catching. It's on Pokemon Day, so Jay's going in all in for Pokemon on the Pokemon Day. Who is ordering any Pokemon sets? Anybody ordering any of the Pokemon sets on the 27th? There's the 3 that are available. 2 for pre-order, and then you've got the big boy just on that side. Anybody getting in these? Anybody getting these at all? Because the giveaway is available. I do believe the giveaway is available back with this. I've just seen Jay like, you. Oh, I don't know. Because for Pikachu, if I was to go all in, I don't know whether to try and get the Pikachu in the Ash from Mattel. Because I think that Pikachu might be better. So, because of course, this thing is massive, isn't it? 6,838 pieces. So it's a big, big, big thing, but it's still 200 and a bit more pounds than the Ninjago set that was there or thereabouts the same brick count. Pokemon Land without Pokemon would be a struggle, says Jay. Yes. Now we've got the Eevee will have to be purchased at some point, obviously, for the little carousel. That could just be my thing is. Sean says all in for the Eiffel Tower. I do believe that says. Super repetitive. Better you than me. Apparently it's the worst build known to man, that is. Yeah, the worst set to build, supposedly, the Eiffel Tower. Looks impressive built, but unbelievable. Yeah, so the base is huge. Base is huge. Now, obviously, we've all seen the videos. The bases individually and these off the bases individually look fine. The only one that doesn't work is the actual volcano. Because if you pulled the Blastoise and Bulbasaur off and had them facing forward, they actually work on the base or off the base, but then it ruins the volcano. And if Pikachu wasn't on a base, it'd be a lot cheaper. And if this wasn't on a base, it'd be a lot cheaper. But they've gone for a high-end display model. They've gone on for a weird hybrid with Pikachu. I'm not 100% sure what it's supposed to be. Because it's not, it's an expensive model, but it's not like a high, I don't know. Because I think the Pikachu's too big. Because I think looking at the videos, Eevee scales with Bulbasaur. So I think because these are bigger, these scale, but Pikachu seems to be much bigger because this is on a base plate and a half. So the images that I've seen, I was quite surprised about. But the box artwork, they have got the set, they've got the actual number of the Pokemon on the front of the box, haven't they? So I'm assuming because that's the number that you would have in the Pokedex. So as you go around with your Game Boy, that's the number that you get given for the Pokedex stuff. So yeah, some people don't like the bases. Some people do like the bases. Some people just want the Pokemon on the shelves because I can understand why the base is awkward for people. But maybe if it's the only one they ever do on a base, it might be worth a fair bit in the future as well. So, and then obviously, yeah, you get if you do get this, if anybody gets this on day one, you get the huge giveaway. Jane, we're just going over the Bricklink design program. Good evening to you. Are you getting anything you in for the shop, or did you say that's going to be a pass from you? Because there's less than 24 hours until this thing goes live now, and that is the quickest picture I can show you, because that's the other two that it goes with. So from a D&D perspective, it could potentially work. But just a recap of the sets that are going live tomorrow. It's a pass, easy pass. So you don't have to worry about anything then D&D related until for another couple of months. So yep, you can pass on that one for space and then everything else. But yeah, don't forget again, just recapping for everybody, Bricklink Design Program kicks off tomorrow. They do a pre-order. It's a pre-order. It's a pre-payment for a couple of days. You get refunded that payment, and then that's how it's worked in the past. And then 6 months later, you get charged. And then there we go. So, Jay looks like you're going to get this. Jay, are you? Let me go back through. So Jay's going to get it with the giveaway purchase. I'm reading that. It says it's the Pokemon base I really like, and it sells it for me. Make sure you get it with the giveaway purchase. I'm reading everything backwards. So Jay, there we go. So this is Jay is all in on the Pokemon. Oh, you got somebody that's going to be getting it. Oh, that'll be interesting. So you can do a live build with this, Jay. Because I have seen that the designers really do like. They said that the builds on these are good, but again, there's loads and loads of pieces that get used in the bases, and it's huge as well, isn't it? It's 2 base plates wide, not as deep, and it's nearly 2 base plates tall. So Yeah, it's three. It's three of them. So yeah, that. So that's your Pokemon stuff done. Your builder has begun with the Creel House. I can't believe you have forced her at 9 o'clock on a Sunday evening to rip open the box. That is very, very painful. Right. So before we end things, is there anybody, oh, is it anybody? Is there anything anybody wants me to click on as we start going down? Do you want a quick look at anything in more detail? So what has been added to what I'm going to do is I'm just going to recap all the stuff that's on pre-order because there's tons of stuff on here now. So we have got she loves the Stranger Thing. That sounds very wrong. So we've got the Mandalorian. So Lego King, there's new brickheads for you for the Mando stuff. Then we've got the turtle stuff. We have got the again, I haven't got a clue what that is for the water lilies. I'm sure it's a very famous art designer. I've got no taste whatsoever, as you can tell. And you've got Sully, Mike, and all coming soon, so you can't do anything with those. There is the shipping container, which 90% of the people love. They've also got the upscaled astronaut. Then you've got the newer bus, which is, I think, just two studs wider, is what that one is. Two studs wider, a couple of more pieces, and another fiver. You have then got another pair of brickheads, which is the lemur and the fish stick figures. This yellow motorbike has been on the website all year for $8.99. So if it doesn't sell out like a hotcake, I don't know why it's not been there. The clogs are not available. I thought they would have come out by that. We have got a 3-in-1 creative ramp with a vehicle. We've got the child, and then we've got the Snoopy's doghouse. So don't forget Peanut. Oh, the Snoopy's doghouse. There has been other companies with this license. It just seems to be that Lego now have got the license for the Lego Ideas stuff. So that's a pretty nice touch. That obviously is amazing to think that you can get a brick built set of this character with about 6 or 7 other companies, but still 10,000 people voted for the Lego group to do it. Kind of speaks volumes, really, doesn't it, with regards to other those bits and pieces and quality control and all that kind of stuff. So you can have it sat LED on the roof. If you like this kind of thing, it's all over you. So no, for me it's a pass from me. Jay says he's going to be building Jay's going to be building his Snow White, and I'm going to be taking mine apart. That'd be an interesting live stream. Me and Jay can do a dual live stream, and it'd be a reverse order. First piece on, I can take the last piece off. That's what it looked like. So you can have it with a little typewriter and the little camp bit, and obviously that's just the credits that are on there. So Lego King says, Snoopy, I was a fan as a kid. So there you go. You might be in for that one. So yeah, hopefully the Creel house build is going nice and strong. Does look nice underneath that one. Yeah, I think. Oh, let's be honest. If it's close to what the original Lego Ideas submission was, it should technically sell very, very quickly to start with, and then it'll start to calm down because it had 10,000 votes. So there's an interest of a minimum of 10,000 people on this set because that's how it works. Not sure if I could pass on a Snoopy set. I'm wearing a Snoopy hoodie right now. Oh, well, there we go, Jane. Is it a proper, like, oversized baggy one to keep you warm, or is it one of those real fashionable ones, which I have no idea what fashionable ones are, but as long as you're enjoying, I'm assuming it's this. I'm assuming this is what they're doing with regards to all the prints on clothing and posters and all that kind of stuff, because you wouldn't just have Snoopy bikes. Well, you might actually. You might not have it without the roof. I recognize this, but Brickable World, good evening to you. Are you getting anything tomorrow from the Bricklink Designer Program, or is it a hard pass? Are you going to be waving it goodbye? Because we didn't click on these photos, really, did we? So, yeah, there it is. There we go. Oh, Snoopy with sunglasses. Nice. So this is new print on the front, obviously, and it's got the skull. So that's the well, if you don't know what it is, you haven't seen Mando. So that's obviously the bit where they attack it and he sorts itself out and all that kind of stuff. Then it gets embedded into his armor, doesn't it? So that's now a new piece. So this is also, like we said, it's continuation. A continuation of the Mando film, 1,200 pieces, item number 75446. You got now a new minifigure as well. So this is all completely different with regards to all of those. That bit obviously comes off. And then you have this down there. They've done, I think I said this yesterday, the other day, they've done 5 variations, I think, of Yoda and this. But I don't know what the other child was. Let's have a look. I can't remember if it was called the child or not. Yeah, there's 2. They've got 2 others on here. So you had the option of this one, which was with the hover pram. So then again, you got the hover pram on it. So this one just looks like it's completely different design on the head, the ears. Yeah, it's a completely different take on it, isn't it? But the child, how different is it to? So this one that we're about to look at now, this one was $79.99 on the Lego website. So again, you've got a lot of studs on show and all that kind of thing. Slightly different on this one, bigger price. So let's just get the basics of this then. So it was $79.99. This is 120, 1200, and so you get 125 pieces more, and you've got to pay the extra. So this has 125 pieces less. So obviously, everything's just gone up, hasn't it? There's nothing you can do about it. It's the Disney tax and everything else. But the other one came out years ago, years and years and years ago. So I think if you haven't got the other one, this one would be a nice one to have. To pass from me, so I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about it at all. But they will keep bringing these out every few years, and they will just keep up doing it. But of course, this is now up to date with the actual film, and it looks like you've got lots of different bits and pieces. They've got different bits going on with the eyes as well. By the looks of that one. Yeah, that's it. So it's £40 more for 125 pieces. I would imagine, to be fair, that's probably on par with a lot of the stuff that they're doing for Star Wars. Star Wars stuff is always astronomically expensive for different bits and bobs, and you're probably paying for the Star Wars license and an extra license for Mando on top. So there's probably a second license that they're having to pay for that because it's a new movie. So at the end of the day, the customer gets charged all the extra fees, don't they? Because it's the same thing with Pokemon. That's why Pokemon's so expensive. You got some 3 plus Duplo. So this just came onto the website and just cracked on. So you got loads of different bits and pieces with that one. So I don't know if any of you have got some little sprockets ready or crawling around or whatever, but there it is, $59.99 for that one. What else is there? So I would click on that, but they haven't got any photos on it yet. They've got 2. I've seen apparently, well, I've seen the photos. So this opens up all the way up to the top, and a motorbike comes out the front. So it's a bit like how the Tumbler turned into a motorbike. This actually has a separate motorbike inside it, and it folds up on itself. So there's actually a lot more detail to this, but they've just done 2 photos, which is a bit of a shoddy thing. For this one, again, there's just big changes with regards to this is a little bit more compact, different color usage and all that kind of thing. Different minifigures, again, more bits and bobs. Well, this is the new film. So they obviously Lego King, they've rebuilt it, haven't they? So the Razor Quest has been remade, and I think I might have been a little bit. I don't know if I'd have been annoyed or not. I still don't know 100% myself what I would have done with, I got the UCS Razor Quest or not. Never had the opportunity. But now, not only is the UCS set based on a set that crashed and didn't survive all the series, they've now redone it in a different color for the movie. So it's like, oh, it's never really been accurate. That's the only thing for the Razor Quest. It's like, I don't know. I love it. I love it though. That's the stupid thing. I love the minifigures. I like all the other bits and pieces, but no, I don't know. I don't know. And I've still got the play scale. I've got the play scale version of this, which got smashed up. Obviously, because it fell down the loft ladders. Donk, 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 donk. I was picking up pieces forever. This one looks like it's a more compact design, but then at the same time, it might be a complete redo of the ship. So we don't know. The new Razor Quest might be a little bit more squished. So until we see it, so Lego King says like the purple. Oh, it might be Zebs. There we go. Might be Zebs. So it's just called the Razor Quest though. So unless there's multiple Razor Quests and they all have their own, maybe that's what Jay's probably trying to get at. But yeah, I still don't know because if this one doesn't blow up, I don't know if I would have been like, I just bought a Razor Quest that blew up in the film and it's been replaced in the movie. It'd be my luck. Let's be honest. It's the kind of thing that would happen. And then what will they do? They'll make a new movie accurate UCS version. But yeah, that's the minifigure. And there's the Miss Madam Alien herself. So she's amazing. I wonder how good she is in this film. She's an amazing actress. But the one thing that I'm trying to work out the armor, because that's a complete upgrade on the child. But is Mando in his older stuff, or is he in his full covering? Because I'm trying to work out how, because we're well into the Mando's show because he's got the emblem and didn't get that in the Mandalorian TV show. So obviously gets given that in the movie, I guess. But I still can't quite remember if that's his basically final form. Is that his final form in the Mandalorian show? Because they've done so many different Mando figures. I'm gonna keep that on the screen and I'm gonna have a look for the. I need typed it in wrong again then. Razor crest. So Mando, don't forget. So Mando started off in his entry level outfit, shall we say? In this outfit, didn't he? So this was his entry level. That was his entry level. So you can see that he's got not much protection on him and all that kind of stuff. He's now in this, but I don't know if that is his. It might be his final form. I'm trying to think. I've got some of his figures, but I'm trying to think what other sets. He is. He's all in. He is all in. Yeah, but I'm just trying to piece the puzzles together. It's like this is. I know it's clearly a continuation of the show, but I didn't know if it was between the ship exploding and whatever else, and him getting that and all that kind of nonsense. Because there it is, the micro figure. That's what I'm looking for. So the little $8.99 micro. Yes. So it's the same figure minus the leg printing. There we go then. So yeah, in. All right, so he's in his final form. So he just needs like a holographic glow around him then for this film, and then that'll be his final outfit. But no, there you go. So that is the Razor Quest renamed. You can pre-order it now or wait and then wait for a good giveaway. $139.99, and it is yours if you want it. And it's going to put up a fight for me to go back now, isn't it? Come on, there we go. Right, last few things just to click on. I'd be rude not to for you Star Wars fans. $59.99. Again, this is the New Republic X-Wing Starfighter. A selection of different characters within this. So you can see there she is again. Obviously, this must be her ship. Putting two and two together without actually seeing the film. it's going to be a like-for-like scale of all of the other X-Wings that they've done. They can now just do it in a fancy blue color instead. So you've got the different face print on this one. Nice printing on the front, top, bottom. Simple, easy enough. Wait for May the 4th giveaway. That's when the movie is out. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a good call because they might do an exclusive. They do sometimes an exclusive May the 4th thing, don't they? But it's not. Yeah, but it's not exclusive to the set. It's just as it's exclusive to Star Wars at a certain price point. So if you've got a couple of ships and you broke whatever it needs to break. Old Frick says, "Are we getting these?" Suspect it's the Carlos Travis ship. Okay. Fair enough. See, just sat here dribbling. I don't know. I've been on my hands and knees. Literally, I was crawling underneath that table for 4 hours. My kneecaps are so bruised. I thought that said Brazilian starship. Then I was like, "What? Oh, a zillion." I was like, "What?" Droid with a different coloured arm and a pair of scissors and all sorts of different bits and pieces going on this one. So I'll just go through the photos like we were at the Bricklink pace. There's a dark saber for May the 4th. Ooh. Oh, there's a dark saber. Oh, that'll go with the. All right, yeah, we know what that's going to go with then. So you get the dark saber with the M1. So I was trying to think, is there a Mando ship? Come, there is. There's the new N1, UCS N1. Which, to be fair, I don't like him in the N1. I prefer him in the Razor Crest, to be honest. But the N1 works well. It's a cool thing going back and actually building that. And I know it's got a lot of throwback to other little bits and pieces. Just can't quite get the concept of the ship when he's a bounty hunter and travels huge distances and needs to sleep, where he can't in that ship. So that's the only thing that bugs me at the moment. I'm like, I wonder if he will actually get a long distance ship back again. But it was really cool to see in the actual TV show. So this one is setting you back $64.99, and for that privilege, it's 701 pieces and what looks like just that as a minifigure selection. There you go. So you get some cool little characters that are dotted around, and that's another way to get obviously this exclusive print on that one, I think. So Jay needs one in Dark Series. Not got one yet, Jay. They've not done it yet, no. So One Brick Stud says Mando has finally got the footprinting. Reese Cooper is all in on he's got the Willy Wonka and the golden toilet paper with the golden chocolate bar. So either Reese has got a bad stomach or is just rather excited to see these to see these sets. Right. Yeah, there's all got to keep your eyes peeled on that. So I'll keep adding different ones in for people. So it'll just be a good bit of fun. So you got the AT-RT attack. Again, this is just a small little play set for a full-size Lego City set, really, isn't it now? Because don't forget, they have said that they can't do individual packs. They can't do just individual battle packs because of Hasbro and all that kind of stuff. So they have to add in other little bits and pieces. That's why I've said this all the time now. That's why they have to do the keyrings. That's the only way that they're allowed to do them. So we've seen the Otter, we've seen the Model 4T, we've had a look at the Mail Mary. I'm going through all of these. Look, all of these are available for pre-order, but you've got add to bag. But I do believe, yeah, it does. Then it carries on. So don't forget, Winnie the Pooh still available for pre-order. The Sunset, those are. We've got some George, all the Peppa Pig stuff, Piglet stuff. Yeah, nice little set at 50% off. Full price is rough. Arty farty. Yes, indeed. I think that's what Reese has just done. He's just dropped a Willy Wonka on, and he's used his. I'm not too sure what he did it on though, because he must have missed the golden toilet, and he's just been using the golden bar with the wrapping paper. So I think Reese might be quite excited about that. Oh yeah, he's now left a toxic. I know you lot just use me as a toilet break. I completely understand. So all of the Smart Play compatible stuff are still available for pre-order as well. So there's not lots and lots of stuff. And again, the helmet, which feels like it was forever ago, the football that feels like it's forever ago, still available for pre-order. The R26 race car is not available for pre-order. It's coming soon, and this is what I can't understand because now from the pre-orders we're back to add to bag, and I'm pretty sure. Again, we then go back into pre-orders. So Zelda is still available for pre-order. We've got the Pokemon. If you wanted to pre-order them now, you can do. I would probably just wait and see what happens with that. You've got the Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise threesome up at the top. More Smart Play all in one with more pre-order stuff. And then finally, we're at the shopping street. So there's loads of stuff. Look, now we're into the stuff that was all released in January. The Creel House is still on back order. The Lego van is already in a sale, I think, for a couple of pounds off. This is on back order to the 25th. So this is still a struggle to get. So people are still waiting for these. So they're still reaping the rewards of a very, very busy January for people. Reese says, I like the Zelda sets too. Well, the new one is available for pre-order, and the old one is obviously retiring this year. Or the current one, not the old one, but the current one is retiring this year. I'm just scrolling through quickly to see if there's anything else on back order, but I don't think there is. There's the food truck. There's the taxi that got collected today. There's some other little bits and pieces that are on there. So yeah, there's some good selection of stuff. So Ultra Bricks pre-ordered. Yeah, Ultra Bricks went in for the pre-order on that one, which is good. Yeah, what giveaway did you get with the pre-order on that one? I'm trying to remember what it is. She was like, oh yes, forgot that. Want that Zelda. And now I can imagine going, right, I'll add it to the list. I can just see it now. I can just visualize it. Him getting all grumpy, thinking, oh God, hot toy bills and everything else. But no, it's clear as day. Jay's all in for this Pokemon. I want to know, Joe, are you going to queue up on, are you going to get to the store? When is the day? Is it Friday it comes out? I think the 27th is a Friday, isn't it? For Pokemon Day. Jane, that is a very, very good spot. Did I miss that? Well done. Let's have a look. Hang on. Go back. I was in my own world then. It's just scrolling down. There we go. It is. And this is also just the UK website, 26th of Feb. Because this, I did say that I think this would go on back order on the first double points, and it did. Because everybody, because it's very weird on, because me and Jay went to the store opening up in Bristol in the UK to Cabot's. And I literally just walked in. Obviously, you queue, you wait. It's a certain amount in, certain amount out. I just walked up and just picked this set off the shelf. And I turned around and I was the only one with a Ninjago set at the time. I was the first person to get the 15th anniversary minifigures in store. Not a single person was there. They literally just grabbed the Creel House and ran to queue up because everybody wanted the giveaway. And I don't think there's anything exclusive in that giveaway apart from and I don't think even the minifigure torsos are either anymore, are they? So you can actually make the minifigures up now from the PAB or the BAM, sorry, for the Builder minifigure. I think I've seen that now, is where you can make them up. So you can just order the minifigures for like $3.99. I think. So yeah, Stranger Things was it was very, very weird because you can tell it wasn't just Lego like enthusiasts. It was people that were trying to do something to be clever, and it's actually backfired now though, because what I have noticed is that the Creel House itself has absolutely tanked in value for people trying to sell them sell them back on. Or I bought 2 sets by mistake, but because so many people bought 2 for the giveaway, it wouldn't surprise me if they're losing 50, 60, 70 quid soon enough if they want the space. It's amazing how much cheaper that Creel House is going for, and is at Smith's. So if you just waited, I'm surprised, Jay, you didn't take yours back and keep the giveaway and then just get it in sale at Smith's. Yeah, but that color won't be that current beard color won't be exclusive forever, though, will it? They will redo that across the board. So it's only exclusive at the moment, but they're all available to do because they have just greenlit all of the vending machine minifigures a couple of weeks back. So all of those were they seem to be doing that with a lot of the stuff now. A lot of the minifigure torsos and things you can easily get. Oh, they couldn't have timed it any better. And the countdown. Well, they had like a month countdown, didn't they, for all of their bits and bobs? Right, guys. Is there anything you guys and girls would like to see quickly before we start to wrap things up? Well, that's it. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. The Cheeky Monkey is happy, and Cheeky Monkey is building it at the moment. So you're absolutely laughing. You got the giveaway, so it's fine. You're keeping the giveaway. It's not like you're trying to then sell the set on and keep the giveaway, because I think people are losing money that are reselling the set, but you're not reselling the set, so it doesn't matter, does it? You're going to enjoy it. You're going to have it on your display, and it is going to look stunning. Talking of stuff that is going to look stunning. We are on 18-hour countdown until this goes live. So yeah, pick and choose, wait and see what happens. Jay has said it's 150,000 units now, which would imagine would last. They'll basically make that last as long as they can, and it'll be done within a week. I can't remember if it was. I think was it 5 days last time. I don't think it was 7. I think it might have been 5. But yeah, congratulations to all these designers. You've done a really very good job on all of these. And there you got mini builders as well. Look at that. And that's sweet. So we will be carrying on we'll do like a wish list wrap up for series 10, either Monday or Tuesday, where I want you guys and girls to let me know your top 5 sets that you would like to go through, because we are running out of time to promote this as much as possible for people, because the crowdfunding finishes on the 20th. So if we do it on the 16th, we've got 4 days after that for it to sort of go through, and then yeah, we have to wait and see what happens, because once the crowd support closes, that's it. You can't vote for it. It's not open for a very long window, so 9th to the 20th, and we're already the 15th. So we've been doing this solidly every day for Bricklink at the moment to promote the designs as much as they can. I like the lovebirds, but once again, it doesn't fit in the display. No, that's it, Jane. So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So you can only do what you can do, can't you? There's not much else that you can do with it. So yeah, we just have to wait and see what happens. Now I'm going to end the poll. I'll let you guys and girls start to say goodbye to each other. Hang on, if I can actually end it. There we go. Right, so the winner was the sushi. 23 votes in. So let's have a look at the winners on this. So 23 votes. 23 votes. Sushi was 48%, 30, 13, 9 for 23 votes. Everybody that's liked the video, thank you very much indeed. Enjoy the emojis where you got them for the people that have got them. So yeah, congratulations to all of you. And I will catch up with everybody tomorrow. So yeah, we'll be either up there tidying up that mess, or back down here again doing some bits and pieces, or we might do a double. We might do another double. So we'll see what will happen. It's a good call, Jane. If you could, there's a serious amount of sets you could get for the flower stuff. There you go. Make the use of the emojis while you've got them, because there's the golden toilet makes me chuckle. Oh, it's such a clear image, that golden toilet as well. Right, guys, everybody, you take care, and I'll catch up with you all soon. Bye, bye, bye.